Good morning to everybody. I hope everybody's having a fabulous day. It is a rainy day here, so it's going to be indoors today, figuring out what I'm going to do. So if you guys, I don't know what I was just going to say, but welcome to the channel. My name is Craig. Let's get into it. So the market's currently, let me refresh this and make sure it's right. It is as of 946. The Dow Jones is down around 300 points. S&P's down around 40 points, and Nasdaq's down around 150. Now, we've had some rejection areas that we've been watching for those. We're also going to take a look at Bitcoin, see where that's headed, see what I'm looking at, see what my trade is. I do want to remind you guys, though, I made a mistake. I told people that the 100% deposit bonus for Prime XBT was over. It doesn't end till Friday, so you still have 3 more days that you can use my link down below and get 100% deposit bonus. Whatever you deposit, they'll match up to 100%, up to $10,000. So if you haven't taken advantage of that and you are a trader, definitely something you might want to do. If you already have an account signed up under my link, you can go into the promo code section and put in promo code Savvy50. Again, I apologize, guys, for not telling you guys, or for telling you that it was over. I thought it was. My bad. I'm trying to get it extended. I probably won't know anything there till next week, but as of right now, you're good till Friday. You can do this until Friday. So if you haven't taken advantage of it and you are a trader, it's an awesome thing. Another thing I want to talk about with Prime, I'm going to make a tutorial. I'm going to try to make one this weekend about the new stuff. So somebody mentioned on yesterday's video that mine said CVD and his said PX Trader. What helps? That should help. Sorry, guys. The lagging was getting bad. Hopefully this works. I apologize, guys. I still had some settings changed in there. So if you were experiencing buffering, I apologize. Stream status is poor. This sucks. Let me know in the chat. Is it still buffering or did it stop? And then we can go over the charts. Man, I apologize for that, guys. Okay, it looks like it's maybe getting better. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. YouTube. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. So anyways, let's take a look at the charts. Let's take a look first at Dow Jones in the 4 hours. So our golden pocket is up here. Also, our 200 EMA around the 41.8. We are now currently either we're going to retest and get a bounce here, right? We need to get a bounce. If you're bullish on the Dow Jones, you need to get a bounce at 40,700 here. If we get back below this trend line, this becomes our resistance again. This may have been just a fake out, but remember, Fed decision tomorrow. Powell's going to be speaking about their rate decision, right? I think it's down to like 30% chance that they raise or they lower rates. What I'm waiting for is them to do the right thing and raise rates and shit on everybody and just let the markets do what they're gonna do, right? If you guys don't, let me know in the chat. 1, if you understand what the Federal Reserve is. 2, if you do not understand what the Federal Reserve is. It's very interesting. There's some good videos out there you can watch on what they are. It is literally a banking cartel. So look up the I can't remember the name of the book, something Jekyll Isle. Most of you guys, some of you guys will know. What is it? The book about Jekyll Island. It is where 7 of the biggest, most powerful people in the world met to create the Federal Reserve, which is a cartel. So the banks wouldn't compete. They stick by the same rules, and the Federal Reserve tells them where to put their rates, so there's no competition. What the hell is it called? The something of Jekyll Isle. I cannot remember. Anyways, let's let's take a look. This is a S&P, same thing right here. Should be support if it's going to remain bullish at 55.50. If it drops back below here and this becomes resistance, obviously we got lower down to go. The Creature from Jekyll Island. Yes, Harmonic Psycho. Read that book. If you're not or someone that reads, there is a video I watched yesterday. Let me see if I can find it, and I will share the link to it. If I can remember, maybe on my YouTube still. I know I sent it to a friend, but you guys might want to watch this. It's kind of drug out, but he explains the Fed very easy so you can understand it. And here's something that most of you might not know, but would be pretty interested to know. So the Fed, the government and the president, nobody can change anything the Fed does. Nobody can get involved and tell the Fed to do one thing or another. Not the president, not Congress. Nobody can tell the Fed what to do. Nobody. That's pretty crazy that was written into law back in 2010, right, when they came up with this cartel plan, and they got probably paid a couple politicians or had politician friends to put it into law, right? But the one thing that a president, the Congress, government can do is to obliterate it. They can shut the Fed down. They're allowed. That's the only thing they can do, is abolish the Fed. That's the one thing. They can't change it. They can't do anything else, but they can abolish it. But they will not. Why? Because the Fed has so much power over the banks and the markets and everything else, right? They were very smart to create that. They very smart. So if they were to shut the Fed down, so the Fed made it sound like they were going to help the middle class and whatever. The same thing that, you know, everything that people vote on, right? They promise the world, but they have done nothing but ruin everything, right? And that's why the markets aren't really free markets. Not saying you can't trade in and make a whole lot of money. It's just not a free market like it's supposed to be, right? It's a Fed market. Oh, private banking institution. It's not, it is, but it's a group of them. It's unbelievable. Okay. All right. So Nasdaq, same thing. Right now, it looks like it's going to test the 0.5 fib at 17.5. Remember, we were looking for a possible retest of the bottom of this channel, which is around 18.3, which is also the golden pocket. And if you'll notice, S&P hit its golden pocket, getting rejected. Dow Jones didn't quite hit it yet. So excuse me, guys. Let's see if we can get a bounce here off the 40,700. And the bounce will need to be on the S&P around 55.50. If we drop below these guys, I have a feeling we'll know here pretty quick at 10 o'clock. Maybe we get a reversal, maybe we won't. Maybe the markets just stay right here until the Fed decision, right? Tomorrow's going to be a volatile day. If you are into trading, be very careful tomorrow. There's going to be great trade opportunities, most likely. But wait, you know, I don't want to necessarily tell you this is how it works and how it's going to happen, but oftentimes, if you go back and watch the Fed meeting, right, or not the Fed meeting, Fed Chair Powell speak about the rate decision, right? When you watch this, they have a tendency to pump or dump the market either right before he speaks or right during his speak, and then they reverse it hardcore. So if you see a massive move one way or the other, it might be a good idea to, if it pumps, to short it, and if it dumps, to long it, to get into a nice little trade. It usually eventually, you know, after a day, by the end of that day, it just chills out, whatever, but it's just going to be, I think a lot of people take advantage of that. So let's see. What's up, Chris? Jesse, how you doing? Denny, ahoy, ahoy, Savvy, and Screen Friends. Hope y'all caught the PLTR short yesterday. Right on. We talked about that, didn't we? Hello all. What's up, Dermo? Wow, only 26 likes. Okay, guys. Get 100 likes on this. Get 100 likes on this video, and I'm going to put another $200 Prime XBT bonus in the chat. I'll put the promo code in there. Make sure you have your Prime XBT account open and get it in there. First one to use it wins, but we need 100 likes. And we've only got 46 viewers, and it's probably because the beginning of my stream was absolute garbage. I don't know what was going on with it. Oh yeah, I do. That was my fault. So anyways, now it's back on going. Let's look at, we're going to take a look at crypto. Here's the Bitcoin short. We're still up 15,000. Remember, we're 10 Bitcoin short. We'll keep an eye on that throughout this video. And here's why, right? This is what we talked about, getting rejected at the golden pocket zone, which Bitcoin did. Does look like the stock markets, traditional markets, and everything else is doing the same thing right now. Let's take a look at, so here's this trend line that we have been watching forever, right? Off of these two peaks from 2021. We had the April 21 and the November 21 peaks, right? And here's the trend line going across. We wick below it here, wick below it here. Once we drop below it, open and close the candle below it, boom, we got our big drop down to our old high, almost to our old high, 73.5. Now, let's zoom in and see where we're at right now. We are dropping below that once again. We also have our 13 EMA, which is this white line right here, right there. So we open and close below there. Your next support for the shorter term, right? Medium shorter term, possibly today, is 92,224, which is our 21 EMA. And then we have our 55 EMA at 89.5. And then down here, you have your 200 at about 86.4, right in that range. Remember, these are all moving up. This one's starting to curve over. Let's take a look at our 4 hour and see if we're going to get a sell signal on the 4 hour, which we may, right? So here's our 55, our yellow. Our 8 already crossed it. Our 13 crossed it. So within, maybe by the end of the day, probably by the end of the day, we'll know if this 21 crosses this 55. That's going to be a good sell signal on the 4 hour. Let's put this on. Try to get to a. I'm gonna try to find a cleaner chart. Well, I guess we could do this. I'm gonna hide everything on this chart, right? This down. Okay. I can't do that. I can only hide the drawings. Let's hide the drawings. Okay, there we go. So let's take a look at this. So you'll notice on the 1 hour, we're going to go to the 1 hour and I'm going to show you where the sell signal was. The sell signal on the 1 hour was up here. Now notice, after the sell signal has an open and close below the 8 EMA. We got that on the hour over here. Here was the cross. Here was your next candle. It opened and closed below the 8 EMA. That was a sell signal. Now, people think that they go all in 100x on a sell signal. That's not it. You can start laddering in sells there, right? A lot of times it'll come up and retest this 55 EMA, just like it did here, and then continue down. So the sell doesn't mean from that exact moment all the time, although sometimes it does. Now, let's go to the 2 hour. You'll notice that everything carried over, right? So you had, boom, look at the 2 hour. When it crossed, you had this huge drop. And then your candle, after the cross, open and close under the 8 EMA. Do you see that? This is the 2 hour, right? Then it came up and almost retested that 55 EMA. But now we're currently below all this. Now, let's go to the 3 hour. So the 3 hour, you had your cross right here, your next cross, or your next candle after the cross, open and closed below the 8 EMA. What'd you get? Another test of the 55, and then continuation down. Now, we're going to go into the 4 hour. So this could take throughout the day, right? We'll see once this crosses, look for an open and close below the 8 EMA. It has not crossed yet. Maybe by the end of the day, maybe it should cross by the end of the day, unless we get a huge spike and everything turns around from here. But once that happens, remember, we can go up, retest the 55 EMA, can even wick above it before continuing down after that cross. So keep an eye on that, guys. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. There is your bullish case. Your bullish case says we already bottomed. We're going up to 125 to 135,000. Still could be in the cards. I don't think that's what's happening, but I've been wrong before. I think it's going to be something like this. Big 5-wave structure, continuation of the downside. Hold on one second, guys. My brother was trying to call me. I'm not sure if this is him. No. Wanted to make sure he wasn't texting me something important. Okay. That is my camera's going off. The wife just came home. So let's look at this RSI that we've been watching. I talked about this yesterday, getting a retest here. If we get a retest and a bounce there, then we could continue up. And that's probably going to be around that 92.5 range, which is that 21 EMA. If it breaks below that, right, then I see much more downside coming. But we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Also, let's take a look at, oh, this is PLTR. This is what we were talking about yesterday. Very nice. Got our double top, and it's coming down. But it may make some hidden bearish divergence here, or hidden bullish divergence here. If this continues down, right, it makes a lower low, or a higher low up here, and a lower low on the RSI. We may get one more push to the upside. Nothing to talk about here on XRP, same thing. And nothing really to talk about here on ADA, but we do need to pull up. So I'm going to go over the charts of your guys' choice in a minute. Guys, smash likes. We only have 53 viewers. I really screwed up this stream in the beginning. That sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I said crypto savvy. Next year, Bitcoin under 10K. Next year is a year of a horse, enemy year of the rat. When BTC was created, what do you say about that in Chinese astrology? I'm not sure about the Chinese astrology, but it does make sense to Bitcoin going under 10K again. Definitely makes sense. We got to get Solana back on here. Let's see, where the hell is it? There we go. Let's look at Solana. Crypto. So if you guys didn't hear in the beginning, because it was so choppy and screwed up, that I apologized for the Prime XBT promo code. I said that was over, but you can still get until Friday. You have until Friday to use my link to sign up, and then whatever you deposit, they will match 100% in your account up to $10,000 to use towards your margin. So if you haven't taken advantage of that, and you are a trader, definitely do so. Still exploring Prime XBT, searched for you in copy trade but didn't find you. Not interested in opening a copy trade account. No, I'm not big on the copy trading, just because all that kind of stuff really, how do I say it, really affects the way you trade, right? Because then you're worried about everyone else's money instead of your own, and you know, it just creates more emotion in the trading. So I choose not to do it. I've done it in the past. I don't like being responsible for other people's monies. It makes me almost too cautious to even want to trade then. So I stick to my own guns. That's why I choose to do it that way. 40 likes, guys. Wow, only 65 viewers. Okay, so here's the thing. Everybody that's watching right now, please take 1 second out and hit 1 in the chat, so you get the chat moving. That'll get the algorithm moving. That will help get more viewers in here. That way you guys can get your 100 likes for your $200 Prime XBT bonus. Will BTC bounce back to 96? Possibly, possibly not. Thanks for hitting the 1, guys. I appreciate it. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of you are helping out. Appreciate it. Keep it going. And you'll notice more viewers come in if we can keep that going. My dog's name is Enzo. Everybody, give me your pet's name in the chat. Anyway, so Solana looks like it is most likely headed back down to our target, which is 27.31. I gave you this target when we broke this up here. I still believe that's where we're headed. Phil, is it? You gotta tell me what it is. His name. Who's Phil? Phil a cat? Phil a dog? Phil a rat? Phil a mouse? What's Phil? Palama. Oh, and if you are watching on your mobile device, just exit the chat for a second. You can hit that thumbs up and get right back in the chat. That's your dog. Okay, got you. Curious too. Does anybody in here play Population 1? I know this doesn't have anything to do with charts and stuff, but I'm real curious to know if anybody in here does. Phil's a large greyhound. Kato the cat. You guys rock. Peanut the hellhound. Right on. Let's see. Where's our trade is still up 15,500. We are just lingering right here, and you can see all the support here. I believe if this breaks and we get our sell signal, remember we can come up and retest that 55 and then continue down. So be careful. Pop one squad, let's get it. Started something with the Pop one conversation this morning. Yeah, I play Population 1 sometimes 7 nights a week, but at least a few nights a week at the very least. Love that game. And I've never been a gamer, right? I mean, I've always played video games when I was a kid a little bit, but I was never into gaming. I was into more doing stuff outside and playing on dirt bikes and things like that. But this game got me hooked. I call it cyber heroin. Yeah, Pop one's in VR. Yeah. Yep. Population 1, awesome first shooter game. I mean, it's super fun. Okay, back to the chart. So, what do you guys want to look at? Anybody have a chart or crypto, a stock, anything they wanted to take a look at? Don't forget, smash likes, guys. I'm old school. I play COD with my kids every Sunday. Nice. All right, brother. Let's go ahead and hop on some Population 1 this week sometime together. Maybe you could teach me how not to suck. It just takes time, man. It takes time. But yeah, Chris, I'm down. Okay, sounds good, man. I'll definitely be playing tonight at some point. I want to get my new head strap, though, since I broke my other one last night. But yeah, hit me up. Yeah, hit me up in a private chat. Or even, I don't know if you have X, but on X, sometimes I'm easier to get a hold of on that. Just because I don't keep the notifications constantly on in the Discord, because sometimes it gets crazy in there. Crypto. Oh, what'd you say? Sands. Yeah, we'll get it. Recently, just got my kids into racing. Formula 1 and Forza are the top played games right now. I've never got into the racing games so much. I guess I did for a little while, like when I was younger, but never really got into the racing games all that much. I guess it'd be cool if you had, like, I was in Vegas and got in one of those cars, you know, with the hydraulics and crap and played it on that. That was pretty cool. What's the highest leverage I've ever traded? I've done 100x leverage. That's like degen shit. My daughter's new race rig is awesome. She's got a race rig. That's sweet. Is it actually moving one or just the setup with the steering wheel and all that crap? Full game changer with sim. Nice. That's awesome. All right, Bitcoin's getting a little pump. Little pump. Is this not? What the hell is going on? Refresh this. Oh. Now it's not kicking back on. Well, I have to do that later. Not doing that online. 10 a.m. reversal in full effect. Is it reversing? Let's see. Stock markets. Let's go over to the Dow Jones. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday. Could be. Could be in full effect. It's trying to. It almost hit that trend line there. I bet if I came over here, that trend line's off a little bit. It is. We put it there, and we probably got to bounce off it. Pretty close to a bounce off it. Still got the AEMA to battle with right here. It may just go up, close this gap as around 42,223. It's Tuesday. Okay. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, I'm a Gran Turismo with the 3 pedals, 8 shifter setup. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that I could see getting into it more that way because you get more of the feel, right? Rather than with, you know, just a regular controller. S&P is not getting quite as much of a bounce. Oh, that's the weekly, so maybe it is. Let me go into the daily. Yeah, I guess S&P is getting a decent little bounce on the daily. It's like everything hit that bounce spot that we were talking about at the beginning of the video. Do you mess with options at all? Nah, not currently. Not with crypto. Not since crypto's been around. It's just easier. J Dutt say something bad. Let's see. Yeah, it was we just didn't get a lot of viewers today because of the screw up in the beginning. I apologize to you guys that wait around for the $200 bonus. Look at MSTU stock, or what is it, bud? I want to look at Tesla real quick too. Tesla looks like it's going back down to the downside in a good way. MSTU is a stock. Okay, let's look at it. Let's have a look at it. Where is my Crapcoin chart? Okay. MSTU and Master. Oh, you're talking about Master. Okay. That makes sense. So I already have that account up over here somewhere. Ooh, look at gold. Gold's getting a little pump here. We may get up and test that 37.65 area. It's going to be interesting if it does. Where is my... There it is. There's my master chart. Master strategy or micro strategy. I don't know why I said master, but that could be topped out right there. We've been talking about this for quite a while. Being a... So this made a higher high here, right? Did it? Yes, it did. That made a higher high right here. And this is dead even on the bottom, which is exaggerated divergence. I think MicroStrategy may be headed to the downside in a pretty big way here. You guys know my targets for MicroStrategy are right here. Those have not changed. MSTU. Oh, so that is something different, huh? A leveraged play. Let me go over to there. MSTU. ETF Opportunities Trust. Oh, okay. This is interesting. What I do see here is some major divergence. Major divergence. When did this start? November 24th. Let's look at this. November 24th. Interesting. Yeah, this is my first time looking at that. It's pretty interesting here. What's up, Bear? How you doing, brother? We need a big move in crypto, guys. I do believe that big move may be down. Here is a major support and resistance to watch on this. I'm going to put a horizontal line right across here, right about where we're at now. We're going to make that white, and I'm going to make that a solid line. So right here, if that holds as support, maybe they get one more push up. But if this line breaks, man, MicroStrategy is in for some trouble. We're going to make another line, trend line, right off of these tops. And that, which lines up right around where that's at. Let's do this. That's going to be the line to watch. If we get a bounce here or a drop below that. I think a drop below is coming, guys. I can feel it. I can smell it. Let's see. Let's go back over to... Yeah, sorry, guys. My Prime XBT cut off, and I can't get back into it while I'm live. Look at crude oil. 59. It dropped all the way to 55. Remember, guys, my target for years has been around this 40 bucks. I still think we get down there. I had told you guys years ago, back over here, if we broke below this 62.84, it would become our resistance, and our next stop would be 40. And it's looking like that's what's happening. Red summer incoming. I do believe so, man, in a big way. Like I said, with Fed Chair Powell talking tomorrow, we're probably just going to linger around today. Nothing spectacular, you know, pump up, pump down, pump up, pump down. Nothing humongous, I don't think is going to happen today. But like I said, if you are a trader tomorrow, there's going to be huge opportunity. Most likely we'll get a pump or a dump during or right before the Fed Chair Powell speech, and then it will turn around in the opposite direction. It has done that the last few times in a huge way, and I'm not talking little moves, they're big moves. Might hold it down if it reverses hard. Are you talking about just under the small BTC short for this local pump? 500-point move is the target. Gotcha. Right here is our resistance level to watch for Bitcoin on the daily, is that 95.4 area. 95.4 is the area we want to watch here. Looks like all crypto is trying to get a little pump off of this. I honestly don't think this will last. Just not in the position for a giant pump out of nowhere, especially a day before the Fed meeting. May happen going into the meeting and then turn around, or start dumping into the meeting and turn around. But it ends up leveling out after a day or so after the meeting. It's like just they just toy with people. Right? Yeah, man, this has to do something with intention soon. All this sideways shit is just consolidating for the next move. Yeah, and people are getting bored. So usually when everyone starts getting bored, a big move is coming. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off this. We'll try again tomorrow for that 100 likes for the promo code. And I tell you what, if you're watching this after the live, you can still hit the likes. If it reaches the likes after, after the live, if this video reaches likes, I'll still throw a promo code in there once it reaches 100 likes. So take it easy, guys. Much love. I will catch you in the next one. And yeah, see you tomorrow morning. I will get that tutorial out today too and show you all the new